Avoidants are just like waves, and here's why. A lot of people describe loving and avoidant as confusing because connection never feels calm or steady. One moment there is closeness and warmth and openness, and then it fades without any warning. And just like waves, avoidants move toward the connection and then they naturally pull back. I don't want to blame anyone or label them as bad people, but I want you to understand all of that so you can stop taking the pullback so personally and you can start seeing that pattern for what it is. Very quickly, I want to invite you to the free community that I just created. It's called Secure Connection Club. It's a new community, so there is only 2 people inside right now, but it will be growing with time and you will be able to connect with a lot of people who are basically going through the same thing. There will be a lot of resources inside. Right now you can get access to my ebook and some journaling prompts, so if you want to check it out, the link is in the description. Okay, let's talk about that wave. At first the wave comes in. They reach out, they open up emotionally, they spend time with you, and they seem genuinely present. You might feel like things are finally clicking. Then once closeness builds, the wave starts to pull back. Messages slow down, energy shifts, and they just need more space. And from the outside, it can feel very sudden or confusing, but for avoidance, this back and forth often feels very familiar and automatic. And what's important, that pullback usually is not about losing interest or changing their mind. It's about regulation. Closeness can feel good and comforting, but it can also feel overwhelming once it crosses a certain point. Emotional intensity rises, expectations feel heavier, and their nervous system just looks for a relief. So pulling back is how the wave resets. It lowers the stimulation and it just helps them feel like they have room to breathe again. And honestly, I really like this metaphor because waves don't pull back because they made a conscious choice to pull back. They pull back because that's how tides work. In the same way, avoidant pullbacks are often driven by their nervous system, and it's not a clear decision in their mind. It's an instinctive response to emotional closeness. That's why very often you won't see any explanations. They just go away for a week or 2 and they just don't text you as much. And the behavior happens first and understanding comes later, if it comes at all. And if you experience connection as safety, this wave pattern can feel deeply unsettling. Let's be honest, just when you start to relax, the distance shows up again. You start questioning yourself, what you said, what you did, or whether you imagined the closeness. And over time, that uncertainty can turn into anxiety or self-doubt. The pain usually is not about the distance, it's about never knowing when the wave will pull back again. When the wave comes back, a lot of people instinctively chase, right? They reach out more, they explain their feelings, or they try to recreate the closeness that just disappeared. And that reaction actually makes sense. It's just your nervous system trying to restore safety. But chasing a wave won't stop it from pulling back. In fact, it often increases pressure, which makes the wave retreat even faster. The main thing that you have to remember is that waves don't change their nature because you stand closer to the shore, right? Understanding avoidant behavior can help you feel less blamed or confused, but it doesn't mean you are required to tolerate their unpredictability long term. You can have empathy for someone and you can still admit that this kind of stuff and their rhythm just doesn't work for you. And a secure response is not trying to predict the wave or manage the timing of the wave. It's not waiting anxiously for the return of the wave. It's just staying grounded in your own life, whether the wave is close or very far away. You don't chase the wave and you don't pause your life hoping that it's going to come back sooner. You just observe the pattern, you do it calmly, and then you decide whether this rhythm actually feels safe and sustainable for you. I want you to remember that the pullback, which is basically the classic avoidant behavior, is not always rejection, okay? But it is information about emotional capacity and consistency. And that clarity is going to help you stop personalizing the pattern, and it's going to help you start making decisions that protect your own peace. So in the end, we all have to agree that avoidants are just like waves. They come close, then they pull back to regulate themselves. If you understand it, it's going to bring you a little bit of relief and compassion, but security comes from choosing relationships where the rhythm feels steady enough for you. So if you are constantly anxious and you are overthinking a lot, you need to figure out if this relationship is actually benefiting your life. Because if the avoidant that you are dealing with is not willing to actually work on themselves, then that relationship is not going to change and you will be just not fully yourself, honestly. So remember that it's time for you to stop shrinking your needs. If this quick video helped you put words to something that you've lived through, you are welcome to stay. I encourage you to subscribe to this channel because I will be recording more videos about the attachment styles, avoidance, and becoming more secure. You can also check out the free community in the description. You can join and we can all chat about our experience. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this quick video was helpful and hopefully I will see you in the next one. See you next time.